So, on the bluffs of Mora tonight, we have Suds1979 and Szalami, or Daramias. Bluffs of Mora is actually a new one on me, and I'm not particularly familiar with either player. But we have Suds as human and Szalami as beta. It's a pretty long match, so hopefully it'll be interesting. This is another one of those symmetrical maps designed to be a 2v2 as well as a 1v1 that we saw in the most recent round of updates to the game. Well, not the most recent, I guess, at this point, since we just had a major patch, but not too long ago they released a map pack, including some more esports-ready titles. I think we're about to jump into the match, and here we go. Okay, so again, we have Suds1979, or Suds, as I'll be calling him, as the humans, and down in the bottom left corner, we have Szalami as beta. So since we're here, Szalami has gone refinery into factory. We'll see if he chooses second refinery or second factory. The base locations are kind of small. You have a single catalyst pool with 2 vents forming your primary, and then you've got a secondary catalyst pool as well. A little bit of high ground up here. Not terribly huge for a human player, but not terribly restrictive. You've got a natural catalyst pool that's harassable by this brush. Okay, so it looks like Szalami has now determined that his opponent is not to the southern end, and at the very least he'll have to cross the long end of the map to get to him. And we're going to get a proper scout up here. Let's go over to Suds again. Okay, Suds likewise is determined that his opponent is not in the short distance across and is heading across the map to scout his opponent. Let's jump into all players. We're going to have a little skirmish here. Okay, yeah, very good. Szalami does not want to get into a direct confrontation, and interestingly enough, neither does Suds. Okay, so it is likely that Suds will lose his trident, although at least one commander is going to go down. Very nice play by Szalami here. Okay, so Suds has gone 2 factory, 1 refinery, and his opponent is still just on 1 factory, 1 refinery. So if we look up in the resources tab, we see, oh, that's interesting. That is risky right there. A small hub coming down with a factory for some harassment. Looks like Szalami's going to try to distract his opponent while he gets this up and running. Very interesting. 2 factories, in fact. This is a Grey Goose version of a proxy. I have never seen this before, so we are in for an interesting match. Suds has slowed down his economy slightly, but he's on 2 refineries and 2 factories to his opponent's 1 refinery. So this really better pay off for Szalami. You will see. Nice, nice. He's got a wall coming up for defense, which will add about 1,000 hit points. It's a neat little animation. You're doing some jumping jacks there in the factory. Okay, so Suds thinks he is safe. He is building a 3rd refinery. Still just got those 2 tridents out, and this could be really bad. Szalami is going to get a little force built up here, getting a 2nd factory or refinery down. Okay, this is shaping up to be an interesting match. I didn't really have too high hopes for it. Some expansion here with his tridents. Man, I kind of hope he blind builds a turret now, or a sentinel, as the humans call them. Okay, so we've got 5, a 6th commando coming out here, 1 crossing the map. A nice little mystery hole there in the center. Okay, so while we're waiting for things to happen, let's look at the map really quick. We have some high ground here, and a nice little cliff for the goo players. We're about to lose another commando, but I don't think Szalami really cares. He's going to scout out that extractor, and we're going to push out with 5 commandos. I think he should have waited a little longer, to be honest. Okay, we've got that sentinel coming down, and I think our proxy is not going to go as well as as Szalami had hoped. That Sentinel, that blind Sentinel that I was hoping for, really is going to pay for itself, I think. A little economic harassment. Very nice. We got some conduits coming out, so we can move the anti-heavy Sentinel out. We've got some blind queuing there as a waste of a trident. So this is not looking super great for our human player right now, but definitely has the chance to bring this back. Interesting that Szalami isn't taking out these conduits. He could easily take out a segment, maybe this one here. Okay, so there's no economics going on behind this, but more factories coming down. I think that's not the wisest choice, to be honest. We could... Another anti-heavy Sentinel coming down. Slow force build-up for the human player. This extractor isn't doing anything, but I don't think our human player cares that much. But yeah, if I were... Okay, here we go. Excellent. Got a third refinery on the back of that. That's exactly what he needs. Probably could have expanded up here, or even somewhere else on the map, but at least he's building. Okay, so got some stalkers coming out. This is a nice little force over here. Anti-heavy Sentinel teleporting, being constructed. It's going to have a good choice to sell that. They take double damage while being summoned. So our human player is not in an awful situation. Tank attachment, got some Gladius in preparation. Good force splitting by Szalami. Not much going on, just tense. Okay, I think we're going to have an actual engagement. That anti-heavy Sentinel is going to go down, but I think it's paid for itself in distracting Szalami's force. Okay, very nice play by Suds. Actually, he's not doing too bad for having this proxy expansion up here. Oh, pull it back. Can't afford to lose units right now, man. So yeah, this long conduit is a little risky, but it's paying off for him so far. Have a ton of turrets and enough units, I think, to make a difference. Very drastically reduced force up here. Very nice. Very drastically reduced force up here for Szalami. Getting a fourth... no, I'm sorry, that's not another refinery. It should be, I think. But another factory down here. Wow. You know, if Szalami loses this, I think it's going to be for dint of not spending his resources. Look up at our resources tab. He's sitting on a large pool of resources up here, which is going to be good for his continued efforts to pump out units. But yeah, both players have a pretty high amount of resources. Excellent. We got a third factory coming out. Gladius. That anti-heavy Sentinel should be moved. A lot of Sentinels coming down. I don't think that's unwise at this point, but I think later in the match it might not pay off for him. But right now, certainly is not a bad choice. That Sentinel's going to go down, but will have... Oh my gosh, it didn't go down. Come on, at least take it out. Nope. It goes down, but more than pays for itself. Very nice play from Suds. Got our first Gladius coming out, and I think this proxy is about done. Another small hub coming down, but I don't think he's going to make it work. He really needs to reinforce this if he's going to keep this up, because our human player is in a very strong position right now. Okay, got more factories coming down. Another refinery. Very nice. Okay, but yeah, I think more or less this proxy is done. The human Suds here has a decent force built up, got enough tanks, got enough economy. Let's go to the structures tab real quick. Let's see. Both players are at 4 refineries, 3 factories for Suds, and 7 for Szalami, who is, I think, struggling a little bit to pay for all this. Got a bunch more extractors coming out, very nice. For our human player, for Suds. Okay, here we go, another factory coming out. Honestly, he probably should have put it over here, but maybe it didn't fit. But yeah, his forces, these aren't going to be able to join up with his other forces. Ton of turrets. We got artillery sentinels, very nice. Oh, now Suds sees the error of his ways. Now he sees. Okay. But attacking into these turrets is not going to make Szalami happy. His strategy is all but very nice, very aggressive play. I like to see that, but I don't think this has paid off. Stalkers are good, you know. Okay, yeah, we're selling all of this. Very good, very good. Yeah, pull back. I think that's an excellent choice. In fact, I'd like to see him sell all of this as well, but maybe he's just going to try to continue to harass. Okay, so we've moved into the match proper. Got a little army buildup going on back here. Stealth attachment, which is odd because I don't think he can do anything with that. Let's go to the research tab. Nothing so far, which doesn't really surprise me. Please note that these structures aren't actually here. There's a little bug there, I think. Very good expansion going on from Suds now. You can see he's got extractors everywhere. I want to see what Suds knows. Okay. Now let's see what Szalami. Okay, so we've still got a little harassing force up here, but that's not going to help. Nice big stalker force though. It would really behoove Suds to get his stealth upgrade for those harvesters. Okay, let's go back to the global view. So now Suds has a very strong defensive force with all these sentinels, with artillery sentinels mixed in. But his actual army is very small. I'm surprised that artillery sentinel can't attack that far. Oh, is it not done yet? That's why it's not done yet. Don't move back there. If anything, get that heavy sentinel out of there. Oh boy. I was thinking Suds was back in this, but he stalled us. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You've already stalled your economy out. Work on your army. Okay, so we've got a much larger force here from Szalami. Let's go back to all players. Not a great position for Suds to be in, despite the fact that he's got all these refineries up. He's just not getting economy from them. He's basically resigned to harvesting out of his base, where Szalami's economy is starting to really take off. So very good play. That's oh, we got a Lancer out. I didn't see that. Minor win here for Suds, and then Szalami sells off. Just a couple of guys up here for harassment. This force projection here is not good. I like that he's trying to scout, but he knows that his opponent has a force up here. He's being continually attacked. And we're letting the force split up a little bit. Okay, well, at least we've got an extractor coming out up here. He should probably move this one. Ground bursts. Are you expecting air? That may be a bit presumptuous. It's never bad to prepare for air, but I don't think there's a lot of call in this particular match. But stealth sniper, very good, and then power generation. I think both techs are important. And here we see Szalami's superior economy starting to kick in. I think this is a bad choice. He's got a lot of defenses back here, no doubt. He's got a ton of turrets over here, but very few actual units. So he's just stalling himself out. He's overcommitting. Way too much going on. I like the stealth attachment, but this large factory needs to finish before he does anything else. He really should sell those sentinels. Okay, well, we've got some more economy coming in. Let's check our resources tab. Yeah, slightly more resources for the beta player. But our Szalami's army is just overwhelming at this point. And we've got stealth stalkers and no detection. So this is going to catch poor Suds with his pants down. Very nice play from Szalami. I really like to see this. Oh my goodness. Stealth is... there's nothing there as far as he can tell. Way overcommitting himself. There's nice little harassment going on down here. Oh, got Nimbus. coming out. Nimbus, even without their upgrade, are very powerful. Okay, so oh boy, Suds, you played a good game, but this is not even moving his army. I thought this was a great match. We had that early harassment with the proxy, and even though he was a little slow to capitalize on it, Szalami actually did. He expanded on the back of it, turned that... I can't go to all players, interesting. Turned that early contain into an actual advantage. So I think very nice play from Szalami, our human player. Not terrible, but really overcommitting himself in the resources department. I think the commitment to turrets made sense given the circumstances, but afterwards he couldn't just couldn't catch up for that lag because he kept on building turrets and trying to build this factory as well.